Who were the Etruscans, this mysterious civilization that flourished before Rome, yet vanished almost without a trace? Why do we know so little about a people who once ruled the heart of Italy, shaped Roman culture and built great cities, yet left behind a language no one can fully read? The story of the Etruscans is one of the greatest puzzles in ancient history. They emerged seemingly out of nowhere, left behind stunning tombs and treasures, yet their origins, beliefs, and even their written words remain shrouded in mystery. Let's journey back nearly 3,000 years, to a time before the Roman Empire, to a civilization that ruled the lands of Tuscany, Umbria, and northern Lazio. They called themselves Ravenna, but the Greeks knew them as Tyrrhenians and the Romans as Etrusci, from which we get the name Etruscans. They were master builders, skilled metalworkers, and gifted artists. Their cities rivaled those of Greece, and their influence on Roman culture is undeniable, from architecture to religion, even the Roman alphabet. Yet, despite their prominence, we know surprisingly little about them. Why? One of the biggest reasons lies in their language. The Etruscans had their own script based on a Greek alphabet, but their language was unlike anything else in the ancient Mediterranean. It wasn't Indo-European like Latin or Greek, and most of what survives are short inscriptions, on tombs, pottery, and religious artifacts. To this day, no one has fully deciphered the Etruscan language. Scholars can read the letters, but the meanings remain elusive. This has left a gaping hole in our understanding of their history, politics, and beliefs. It's as if a great civilization whispered its story, and time erased the sound. So where did they come from? Herodotus, the ancient Greek historian, claimed the Etruscans came from Lydia, in modern-day Turkey. He believed a famine drove part of the Lydian population to seek a new home across the sea, but others, including the Roman historian Livy, believed the Etruscans were native to Italy, a people who developed independently. Modern science tried to settle the debate. DNA analysis of ancient Etruscan remains revealed that they were genetically similar to other Italic populations. This suggests they were indeed native. But the mystery of their unique language and sudden cultural rise still defies easy answers. The Etruscans didn't build an empire like the Romans. Instead, they formed a loose federation of powerful city-states, Tarquini, Veii, Clusium, and others. Each had its own king and government, but they shared religious beliefs, art styles, and customs. Religion was at the core of Etruscan life. They believed in powerful gods, signs from nature, and an afterlife. They were obsessed with divination, the art of reading omens. Etruscan priests interpreted lightning, the flight of birds, and the livers of sacrificed animals to guide decisions. Even the Romans adopted these practices. By the late 4th century BCE, Roman expansion swallowed one Etruscan city after another. Their power faded, their identity dissolved, and by the time of the Roman Empire they had nearly vanished from history. The Romans absorbed many Etruscan traditions, but, they kind of erased their memory. We owe them much: Roman engineering, religious rituals, and perhaps even the symbols of authority like the fasces, a bundle of rods and an axe that became a Roman emblem, first appeared in Etruscan culture. But why did a people so influential, so advanced, fade so completely? Perhaps it was because the Etruscans never centralized their power. Without unity, they were vulnerable. And unlike the Greeks or Romans, they didn't record their history in great epics or chronicles. Their stories lived in stone, in art, in mystery, and that silence has kept them hidden. Even today, archaeologists uncover new Etruscan sites, tombs, artifacts, inscriptions. Each discovery offers a new piece of the puzzle, but the full picture still escapes us. The enigma of the ancient Etruscans remains unsolved. They were a people who shaped the foundation of Roman civilization, yet their own origins, language, and legacy remain in the shadows. Perhaps that is their final gift, a civilization that invites us to keep searching, to keep questioning, to look deeper into the past. Because sometimes, the greatest mysteries are the ones that leave no clear answers. This is TimeScope, where the past speaks in echoes, and history waits to be rediscovered.